Navalabha Girivaradari Girivarada Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamunati Ravanachari Yamunati Ravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari oh. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Oh Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Karuna Nitai Gaura Chandra ki Srila Prabhupada ki Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Hare Krishna Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasvatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashta Prayeshva Badresu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtikim. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, Haribol. We're reading today from the Bhagavad Gita as it is. Yeah. Chapter 6, text 24. Sanischayena yoktavyo yogo nirvina chetasa sankalpa prabhavan kamams yaktva sarvana sheshataha manasavendriya gramam viniyamya samantataha. Vaishnavas? Sanischayena yoktavyo yogo nirvina chetasa sankalpa prabhavan kamams yaktva sarva seshataha manasavendriya gramam viniyamya samantataha. Sanischayena yoktavyo yoga nirvina chetasa sankalpa prabhavan kamams yaktva sarvana sheshataha manasavendriya gramam viniyamya samantataha. Vaishnavis? Sanischayena yoktavyo yogo nirvina chetasa sankalpa prabhavan kamams yaktva sarvana sheshataha sanischayena yoktavyo yogo nirvina chetasa sankalpa prabhavan kamams yaktva sarvana sheshataha manasavendriya gramam sviniyamya samantataha. Sa nischayena, with firm determination. Yoktavya, must be practiced. Yoga system. Anirvina chetasa, without deviation. Sankalpa, mental speculations. Prabhavan, born of. Kaman, material desires. Tyaktva, giving up. Sarvan, all. Asheshataha, completely. Manasha, by the mind. Eva, certainly. Indriya gramam, the full set of senses. Viniyamya, regulating. Samantata, from all sides. Translation and purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. One should engage oneself in the practice of yoga with determination and faith, and not be deviated from the path. One should abandon, without exception, all material desires born of mental speculation, and thus control all the senses on all sides by the mind. Purport. The yoga practitioner should be determined and should patiently prosecute the practice without deviation. One should be sure of success at the end and pursue this course with great perseverance, not becoming discouraged if there is any delay in the attainment of success. Success is sure for the rigid practitioner. Regarding Bhakti Yoga, Rupa Goswami says, Utsahan nischayat daryat tatat karma pravartanat sangatyagat satovritte satpir bhakti prashityati. one can execute the process of bhakti yoga successfully with full hearted enthusiasm, perseverance, and determination by following the prescribed duties in the association of devotees and by engaging completely in activities of goodness. Upadeshamrita number 3, Nectar of Instructions. As for determination, one should follow the example of the sparrow who lost her eggs in the waves of the ocean. A sparrow laid her eggs on the shore of the ocean, but the big ocean carried away the eggs on its waves. The sparrow became very upset and asked the ocean to return her eggs. The ocean did not even consider her appeal. So the sparrow decided to dry up the ocean. She began to pick out the water in her small beak, and everyone laughed at her for her impossible determination. The news of her activity spread, and at last Garuda, the gigantic bird carrier of Lord Vishnu, heard it. He became compassionate toward his small sister bird, and so he came to see the sparrow. Garuda was very pleased by the determination of the small sparrow, and he promised to help. Thus Garuda at once asked the ocean to return her eggs, lest he himself take up the work of the sparrow. The ocean was frightened at this and returned the eggs. Thus the sparrow became happy by the grace of Garuda. Similarly, the practice of yoga, especially bhakti yoga and Krishna consciousness, may appear to be a very difficult job, but if anyone follows the principles with great determination, the Lord will surely help, for God helps those who help themselves. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Shtapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Kuro Shri Utaparakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Rakunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savarutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namoshtute Tapta Kanchana Gorange Radha Vrindavaneshware Vrishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Namom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutare Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami iti namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavari Paschachade Satarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna. So before I start, I would like to ask your blessings that I may please my Guru and Guranga, my Guranga, to speak in a manner that would make them happy. And we all know that it's very hard to do anything on your own, but with the blessings of the Vaishnavas, we can do everything. Please. I am extremely grateful and honored and humbled to be here. I always find it a very, very special thing to sit here. I often question if I should sit here. Maybe they're better. But I always feel that if we get the fortune to be engaged in devotional service in any way, we have to be humble and just do our best. So I chose this verse because I think it is such a powerful verse. Actually, it's of course 2 verses in the purport. There's the verse of the nectar of the instructions, and it has all the principles, all the qualities, all the virtues that we need to really cultivate our spiritual growth. So, I mean, just one of the six principles that are mentioned in the Nectar of Instructions could be easily at least one lecture. So I started very ambitious, like just going into every important word, and it was a very long lecture. So, so I decided, okay, let me just take like a few concepts from the verses and see how, we can get inspired by these concepts. It inspired me, and I really hope it will inspire you. And I think that a few significant words that really popped out are determination, faith, and in the purport, as well as in the story of the sparrow, the emotion of discouragement is mentioned. And I would like to talk about these three um, concepts, these virtues. So I was speaking about these verses with some very nice devotees, and we kind of came to the conclusion that these six principles that we heard. Let me just repeat them. Six principles favorable to the execution of pure devotional service. Number one, being enthusiastic, utsaha. Number two, endeavoring with confidence, nischayena. Three, being patient. Four, acting according to regulative principles, such as the Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Shmaranam, we know, hearing, chanting, remembering. Five, abandoning the association of non-devotees. And six, following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas. These principles will undoubtedly assure the complete success of pure devotional service. Now, actually, these qualities are coming from one source, Shraddha, faith. Because when we have faith, actually, all of these qualities start manifesting. They're like consequences of Shraddha. And faith is actually something very mystical, because you believe in something that you can't see, but you believe in it so much that you're willing to give your life for it. And the deeper our Shraddha, our faith is, the more we actually develop these qualities such as confidence and enthusiasm. And I actually started studying these verses because I wanted to do something about enthusiasm, because it's such a beautiful, sweet form of determination. It's very infectious, no? And it's actually how we get going. If this would just be, theory and philosophy, it would not be the Hare Krishna. It's the taste, it's the joy, it's even how Krishna is appearing with all the colors. It's actually to ignite our enthusiasm. But this is coming from faith. And actually, my spiritual teacher, His Holiness Ranat Swami, says that enthusiasm is an austerity. That's interesting, no? Because you would be like, how is that an austerity? Because it's something coming from the heart. It's not coming from the mind. You can't manufacture it. And actually, it's coming from sadhu sangha. It comes together. So, when we speak about Shraddha, faith, how do you just believe in something that you can't see? In my experience, one is, the knowledge is there, the Shastra is there, but it's actually seeing our teachers embody Shastra, leading by example. Sometimes I see senior devotees and they're just shining. And you're like, how? That they must be onto something. The whole world is obsessed with being happy and looking good. And then you see these senior devotees and they have a tilak and they're like, "Pooh." And that was for me like, it has to be real. So how far can we really go with proof with our limited senses? Why not just be humble and start trusting the words of Krishna? Start trusting the words of the avatars of the Lord. And with that, I would really like to share this beautiful promise that Lord Ramachandra does that often ignites my courage. And I hope it does with you as well. It awakens my Shraddha. It is my vow that if one only once seriously surrenders unto me, saying, "My dear Lord, from this day I am yours," and prays to me for courage, I shall immediately award courage to that person, and he will always remain safe from that time on. So this verse is from the Ramayana. Yurakanda 18.33. So, I mean, this is a powerful verse, and it's one that I keep reading over and over because he's granting courage, meaning that we need courage to believe, to have shraddha, and to have confidence. We need courage. And this reminded me of a lecture that my Gurudev was giving, and his last sentence was, we need to have the courage to feel. So why do we often get skeptical in our determination or in enthusiasm? Because we get discouraged or we're afraid of discouragement. And I actually feel, for me, this is one of the most dangerous things that happens in my spiritual progress when I get discouraged. It blocks access to determination, to patience, to enthusiasm. So going back to really accessing that confidence that is very hard, and then sometimes we lack that. Why do we lack that? I believe often it's because we're afraid to fail or we're afraid to disappoint. And that's why you get discouraged. We don't want to feel that, so we might as well not do it. And this reminded me of this beautiful saying of His Holiness Satchidananda Swami Maharaj. And let me see, did I find it here? I have many, many verses here. Let me see. Yeah. It's not because things are difficult that we dare not venture. It's because we dare not venture that things are difficult. It's because we don't dare. So this fear of failure is actually such a heavy energy. This fear of shame, of humiliation, that it blocks our access to the courage that Krishna is willing to grant us. So this discouragement is actually mentioned in the story of the sparrow. And it says here, everyone laughed at her for her impossible determination when she started emptying the ocean. No, and this is often where we fail. This is often where we give up. Because we actually know that Krishna appreciates our endeavors, but we're so afraid what others might think of us. That fear of humiliation. And we stop. Like even now, I had a moment that I couldn't find my quote, and I went, oh no, people are going to think this and that. And it's like, wow, that's such a heavy energy. And that's where we get discouraged. And then we go like, oh, I'm not good enough. I don't have the skills. I'm inadequate. And it's true, we don't have the abilities. We don't have it. But this is the best news. All of these qualities are not coming from our abilities. We don't actually have to have so much confidence in ourselves. We actually have to have confidence in the mission. And we have to take that leap of faith, Hanuman, to believe the words of Krishna, to believe the words of Ramachandra, and just go for it. Because what is the other option, really? And this beautiful quote from Bhagavan, I think, like spiritual life is difficult, but material life is impossible. It's impossible. It's never ending. We are so fragile to the modes of nature. So what do we have to lose? Might as well say, I am yours. Make me your puppet. Use me so I can go beyond my small self that is just constantly overwhelmed with anxieties and these thoughts and endless, and be like the sparrow. So fear of failure, this is what often happens, and I really know how that is. I have struggled with that my whole life. And I remember reading this story from actually Prabhupada. He's speaking this to Gurudas Prabhu about the first Rath Yatra in London. I don't know if anyone knows this story. And Gurudev was speaking about this story, and I would really like to share it with you. I want to really quote it. Yeah? And this really changed my vision of what failure is. Failure is a pillar of success. That's the title. Shyam Sundar Prabhu wrote to Srila Prabhupada before Ratha Yatra, explaining what type of promotion and propaganda they were making to attract people to come. They were expecting tens of thousands of people. There were posters, articles, newspaper, everything. So on a grand scale. When the Ratha Yatra was just beginning, the wheel broke and the chariot collapsed, and it was a disaster. There was nothing that they could do to fix it, and they had to cancel. So Guru Das Prabhu, who was one of the leading managers of that project, wrote a letter to Srila Prabhupada. He was very despondent, and he really felt that he disappointed his guru. What to speak of disappointing tens of thousands of people who had come for the parade? Srila Prabhupada wrote a letter back. In that letter, he first explained that from the engineering point of view, you must have too much weight on the chariot without capacity of the wheel to hold it. So practical advice. Therefore, the wheel broke. So you must learn this lesson. We have to engineer. Whatever we do in Krishna consciousness, we have to do very carefully and very firmly. But besides that, Srila Prabhupada said not to be discouraged, not to be disappointed. Maybe Krishna has a higher reason that we cannot see for why this happened. Just be patient, be enthusiastic, and we have our next Ratha Yatra next month. Do it again with all enthusiasm, but make the cart right. Again, Srila Prabhupada explained that this is a material principle, that failure is a pillar of success, and this same principle can be applied to our spiritual lives in our service to the Supreme Lord. Then Srila Prabhupada explains that Jagannath, who's sitting at the cart, is not different than Krishna. If we are sincere, if we never are discouraged by the qualities, by the dualities of happiness, distress, honor, dishonor, pleasure, pain, success, and failure, Krishna will accept our sincerity, and that is our real success. Srila Prabhupada wrote in his letter that it's a principle that failure is a pillar of success, but it can be similarly applied to our spiritual lives. And one very famous orator had said that success is going from failure to failure to failure without losing one's enthusiasm. We really never fail until we give up trying. Trying with determination and with enthusiasm. Vision, real vision, is to see the invisible. Faith. To feel the intangible and to achieve the impossible. Actually, challenges or failures can be stepping stones or stumbling blocks on the road to success. It is all a matter of how we look at it. You can see a glass is half empty, you can see a glass is half full. One will bring you enthusiasm, one will bring you discouragement. We can apply that principle to every aspect of our life. But what is of real importance is that we know that we're doing the right thing. We learn from our mistakes. A mistake is only a mistake if we fail to learn from it. Real leaders make many, many mistakes, but they do not repeat them. They learn from them. They remain enthusiastic. They remain determined for the goal. Actual champions in every situation, they are always focused on their goals. They make goals, and losers make excuses. Our life is what we make of it. Failure is a very minor stumbling block on the road to success. Srila Prabhupada explained to Guru Das, learn from the failures and you will be better equipped to serve. In fact, do you know that a couple of months later, they had a more glorious Ratha Yatra. And from that day on, for the next 30 years, all over the world, there has never been a Ratha Yatra cart that has broken on the road. They learned the lesson and they taught the lesson to the whole world. Failures build characters. Pressure is something that only comes to one who earns it. We should respect pressures as an honor. We cannot be successful unless we have the courage to fail. And this reminds me of my favorite quote from Guru Dev: focus on what you can do, not on what you cannot. So this is powerful. No, it's really powerful. And enthusiasm is said to be the expression of our desire to develop the intention to love Krishna. It's just the intention. That's the only thing we need to focus on. So really, when we have these obstacles, when we have this difficulty, we have a choice. This is our free will. We can either get discouraged and just drop into tamas. And it's especially living in a city, for those living in the cities, this is every day we wake up with the tamas, with this heavy load. Or we can say, hey, this is an honor. And I've been giving this fortune, incredible fortune. And I owe it to those who have given me this fortune to share. This is an opportunity, and I need to develop the vision so I can develop these qualities. Because the hardest quality really of all these 6 principles is patience. Because you can't obtain patience, it's awarded. You have to pray for it. But with the right vision, patience comes naturally. If you're cooking rice and you know it takes 10 minutes, you're going to wait 10 minutes without disturbance, no? So we need to have that patience. We need to develop vision, and we need to know we're doing the right thing over and over again. And how do we cultivate that? Because no, we can't do it just alone. And it's, we want to have this relationship with Krishna, but it's hard. So what did Krishna do? Well, first he came in the form of a murti. So we actually have something that we can focus on. And so sweetly in all these different forms, depending on our preference. But he also gave us bhakti, which bhakti is actually relationship. Because where there's service, there's relationship. So how we are interacting is bhakti yoga. And our relationships are actually little mirrors, little glimpses of our relationship with Krishna. So we get to practice this mood, and we get to help each other cultivate these principles, make each other enthusiastic when we're not feeling it, reminding each other of all this wisdom. And this is how we elevate. We do it together. And with that, I would like to close with this beautiful story again of the Ramayana that is very connected to the story of the sparrow. Includes all these beautiful principles, and it's just very, very sweet. So here we go. You might know it for those who love Ramayana. It's a story of Lord Ram, Hanumanji, and the squirrel. Once as Lord Rama and his army of monkeys prepared for war with Ravana, Rama ordered his army to build a bridge over the sea. We know this. The work began immediately. The monkeys pulled out rocks and heavy stones from the mountains, shaped them, began constructing the bridge, and it was a challenging task that took a long time with thousands of monkeys working day and night. Rama was pleased. How hard they work. Their love for me makes them work like this, he thought. And one day, Rama noticed a small brown squirrel. The squirrel was going up and down the seashore with little pebbles in his mouth. It could carry only small pebbles, which it dropped into the sea. A great monkey carrying a heavy stone on his back saw the squirrel in his way and almost tripped. The monkey shouted in a thunderous voice, "You little thing, you're in my way. I almost fell. What are you doing here?" And the squirrel looked up at the great monkey and replied in a small voice, "I'm sorry you nearly fell, brother monkey, but please always look where you're going. I am helping Rama build the bridge and want to work hard for him." The monkey laughed aloud and said to the other monkeys, "Did you hear that? The squirrel's building a bridge with his pebbles." Oh dear, I've never heard a funnier story. The other monkeys laughed too. The squirrel, undeterred, said, "I can't carry mountains or rocks. God gave me only a little strength, and I can only carry pebbles. My heart cries out for Rama, and I'll do all I can for him." The monkeys retorted, "Don't be foolish. Do you think you can help Rama? Do you think we can build a bridge with pebbles? He has a big army to help him. Go home. Don't get in our way." "But I want to help too," insisted the squirrel, and continued carrying pebbles from the shore to the sea. Angrily, one of the monkeys picked up the squirrel by its tail and threw it far away. The squirrel, crying out the name of Rama, fell into Rama's hands. Rama held the squirrel close and addressed the monkeys. "Do not make fun of the weak and the small. Your strength or what you do is not important. What matters is your love. This little squirrel has love in his heart. All Vanaras, you are brave and strong, and you're doing a wonderful job bringing all these huge boulders and stones from far and dropping them in the ocean. But did you notice that it's the tiny pebbles and stones brought by this small squirrel and some of the other smaller creatures which are filling the small gaps left between the huge stones? Further, do you not realize that the tiny grains of sand brought by this squirrel are the ones which bind the whole structure and make it strong? Yet you scold this small creature and fling him away in anger?" Hearing this, Vanaras were ashamed and bowed their heads. Rama continued, "Always remember, however small, every task is equally important. A project can never be completed by the main people alone. They need the support of all, and however small, an effort should always be appreciated. Rama then turned to the squirrel and said softly, "My dear squirrel, I am sorry for the hurt caused to you by my army, and I thank you for the help you have rendered to me. Please go and continue your work happily." Saying this, he gently stroked the back of the squirrel with his fingers, and three lines appeared where the Lord's fingers had touched it. Rama held the squirrel closer and said, "Little one, your love touches my heart." He said these words and passed his fingers gently over the little squirrel's back. When he put it down, there were three white stripes on his back, marks of Lord Rama's fingers. Hare Krishna. So our limitations, they can cause us suffering, and this world has so many ways that can cause us suffering. But this suffering can also awaken urgency, and it can make our hearts meek and humble. So it becomes receptive of Krishna's love. It becomes a beautiful home for Krishna to dance in the heart, on our tongues, fill our minds with Krishna. And these stories, even just how many stories Krishna gives us to touch our hearts, to make all of this philosophy sweet, personal, and emotional. All we need to remember again and again, Hare Krishna, Shishi Karuna Nitai Gaura Chandra Ki, Srila Prabhupada Ki. So all we really need to remember when, we might be overwhelmed with life, by suffering, is that Krishna appreciates our efforts. He looks at our sincerity, and Prabhupada emphasized sincerity over and over and over. Even in these, when we really read, it's not Krishna saying, "I want you to chant perfectly. I want you to do this." He's saying, "I want you to chant sincerely. I want you to hear attentively. Just really, really do our best. Really do our best. But joyfully." Like he's saying in the story. Continue happily. So this service that we're doing, we so often say devotional service. What devotional service? Sweet. With this mood. And let's just be squirrels. Yes, we're squirrels. And sometimes not even the pebbles are there. But we really want. We want so much. That willingness is all what matters to Krishna. If he wants, he can use us to do the most incredible things. Our Guru Dev, Srila Prabhupada, showed us that if you're determined and you believe and you just do it, Krishna can do everything for you. But that's not our business. We're not in this like, I want to do everything for Krishna. I just want to do it for Krishna. Samshadi Haritosharam. I want to please him. So I would like to close off with this, last thing that comes from this story, a sentence that really touched me. Because I noticed that, I get affected when I get discouraged like anyone else, or when I feel lonely. Is that I really believe, just like it is said, a project can never be completed by the main people alone. They need the support of all. And this is where bhakti really is. Sometimes we think being a temple president is higher than being the cleaner. No, they're just different functions, different positions, but they're all so important. We need each other. Really, we can do everything if we're together in this. Everything. This utsaha is so infectious. We can hear beautiful kirtan from someone who's so sincere, and we're just like, and all our worries go to the back. So my request is that we can remind each other, help each other to just appreciate each other. Just appreciate endeavors. Yes, we want to do better. Yes, we want to professionalize. We want to be on top of it, be engineers, make things the best for the best of the best, because it's Krishna. We don't want to do cheap. It's Krishna. We want to represent Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission the best possible way, the best way we can. But everyone is trying. And if we can appreciate each other, that whole energy of being ashamed or humiliated or feeling you don't belong, gone. We all want to belong. We all want to be of service. We all want to be appreciated. And we can give each other that. And that will really fuel our shraddha. And from there, we will have these qualities. It will be so easy to be in the association of devotees and do these beautiful activities because we all know once you start, you develop ruchi. It's like you don't want to go back. It's just, no, it's so addictive. Good kirtan, prashadam. So this is the way I really believe that we can really strengthen our congregation and then we can actually attract Krishna's mercy. And that's the last thing to remember. We can attract his mercy without deserving it. Causeless mercy. We just have to be really sincere and wanting to please him and his children. Hare Krishna. Yes, there's still so much to say. I just feel like, wow. And that's the best. I think it's one of the most beautiful verses there is. You could have courses, but I really wanted to keep some time, leave some time for questions or anything you would like to share because I would like it to be interactive. Speaking of, oh, Jai. Hare Krishna. Yes. Hmm. Beautiful. Yeah. Exactly. And that's a beautiful point because we shouldn't become complacent. That will definitely not fuel our enthusiasm. We have to be eager. That is really another word for enthusiasm, eager. But it has to come from the heart. Although of course in the beginning we are, I wouldn't say imitate, but you do things that are new. Um and then if we are fortunate, Krishna can awaken our eagerness, fuel it, say, okay, it's not enough. Okay, let's go. If you feel like, no, I have more in me, that's also Shraddha. There's some faith. You're not there yet, but you feel it. And I think it's very important to keep inspiring each other to rise. That's again this supporting each other. But it's not coming from this like, oh, I'm not good enough. It's coming from let's inspire each other. Because honestly, I was really doubting to do this today. I wanted to do the whole thing about with enthusiasm, and today I'm not feeling enthusiastic. I got a bit of a flu, and I was like, I don't have the right mood. And then I have sadhu sangha. You have the people who inspire you. Say it's not about you. You can let go of you. Go. Use not enough once a week. Come twice. Yeah. Beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah. That's how you experience it. So that must be like that for you. I just think it comes back to again, Samshadi Haritoshanam, what will please Krishna? If I'm putting myself down and it's coming from this, I'm not good enough, is that humility or is it low self esteem? It's two different things. Humility is that I'm a squirrel, but I'm a squirrel and I'm going to do the best I can and I want to do more. The other one is like, I am not good enough. But then you're actually, in a way, I always sometimes think like, I'm not even mine. I'm just this little particle of Krishna. Who am I to offend myself? I'm not good enough. Krishna designed me this way. So he knows best. I don't know how to appreciate this design yet. But I know there's more in me. That's the good news. And what will please Krishna? If you want to do it twice, you could do twice. And if you need that encouragement from someone, you say to another devotee, you want to join me? Like, I came back from Bhaktivedanta Manor thinking, I want a morning program. I want to start my day singing, standing like that. So I decided to do it now every day. I cannot do without. And I'm so grateful because I didn't feel like that a year ago. And is it me being too ambitious or critical? No, it's Krishna's mercy. It's not coming from me. He just went, you know what? I see you're so willing. I see you so happy. I was with my friend. We were even doing like imaginary like parikrama around Tulasi. And he was just so sweet. And that's the difference between critical is a bit nya, 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 nya. Enthusiasm is determination gone sweet. It's sweet. It's playful. Krishna comes as a baby. I mean, it's all very sweet. So if you feel I'm getting oh nya, 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 then I'm not sure if that's helping you. Does that help you? Hare Krishna, Hare Bol. Hiru Sampati. Jai. Beautiful. Beautiful point. I love that. Thank you for sharing. It reminds me of when I work with children. Sometimes I'm having a day where I'm like, not super happy. And then I see them look at me. And I remember writing down in my journal that sometimes we get to see who we really are in the eyes of others, meaning that they remind me of who I really am. And want them to get the best of me, the best version. So then I go, and there's actually even like a science that when we bring up the corners of our mouth, we actually send signals to the brain that we're happy. So yes, sometimes we kind of do it for us, but we do it for others. And we do it to please Prabhupada. Again, what will please Krishna? Even if I'm not feeling the smile, I'm still going to smile. It's like, why do we come all clean? Why do we wear sari? Is it very practical for those going on the bike in Amsterdam? No. But look how beautiful Krishna makes himself. What is the effort? Just try to be, just try. And actually, not even just try, just do it. We know Yoda from Star Wars. There's do or do not. There's no trying. I love that. I mean, try to throw a ball. You do it or you don't. So just do it. Not perfect. Don't be attached to the results. As we say, when we get attached to the results, we actually lose determination. I love that point. We try not to be attached to the results. We just do it. We just go. You are here. And you appreciate your efforts. And then you can appreciate other people's efforts. And then it's like we start expanding in our joy. Yes, absolutely. Haribol. Mm. Yeah. I love that. I love that story. No, no. Yeah. And even you sharing this, I see you radiate. Thank you for sharing this because it reminds me of two more things that I would like to share. One is how Rati Manjari was sharing on her in her lecture on January 12th that first thing Maya does is take away our enthusiasm. The first thing Maya does is she takes it away. So discouragement often is coming because Maya is just finding our entrance. And another thing is that, often we are seeing all these, social media, how to become confident, and they actually say that we don't gain confidence in our achievements, but we gain confidence in surviving failure. So you had that, it happened, but then you still do it. And that feels really good. That's already again the success. That exactly as Prabhupada was saying, is that you're doing it is your success. It's not the actual goal that is success, it's the journey, the means. That's already the road is your success. So in a way, again, let's have the courage to fail because we actually build confidence. And then we're actually, ignoring Maya. Beautiful. Exactly. Exactly. So beautiful. Krishna does the rest. Is there and anybody else would like to share? Maybe Mataji's, Vaishnavis. Yes. Yes. Exactly. I mean, this is really such a beautiful topic. Surrender, Sharanagati. I mean, there's different ways to get there, and it was definitely something that's definitely worth another lecture. Um, but most of us surrender because of a suffering. So, we hear this a lot. We get discouraged with why is there suffering? It's one of the favorite, arguments of atheists. Like, there's no God. Because otherwise, why would this happen? And His Holiness Kadambakarana Swami said some beautiful things about this. The other day, someone was saying, like, why did we even come here? Why is it so hard to surrender? Mm. Suffering is for us to understand that what we're seeking, it's not going to make us happy. And until we say, you know what, I'm so caught up in this I, me, mine, in this role that I'm playing, I'm so attached, it's making me suffer. Krishna, I think I need to do something else. I think I need to become yours. And when we say, just like Ramachandra is saying, the moment that only once you need to say sincerely, I am yours, the process starts. And then sometimes we're like, yeah, but then we bargain, huh? I'm gonna surrender, so then you make my life easier, or then you make me beautiful or rich. But surrender means that whatever you want from me, for me, use this vehicle, use this soul in your service. I accept, and that acceptance, we might be doing this for lifetimes. But again, we have our spiritual teachers to lead by example and to know that what is the alternative? If you do not surrender to Krishna, you're going to surrender to something else. If you're not surrendering to bhakti, you're surrendering to your senses. And this, this story of the chariot, the story of that chariot is the body and the soul is inside, and the driver is intelligence and is holding the reins, which is the mind, and the horses are the senses. Imagine that we let the horses go. But if we say we just surrender to what the soul wants, and soul is Satchitananda, just wants to be happy, and it is only happy when it serves its source, then just try. Or wait, just be willing. Just be willing to surrender. Draupadi style. Just be willing. How many lifetimes are we doing this? Might as well try this lifetime or just be willing this lifetime to say, you know what? I don't know, but I'm going to take the leap of faith. I'm going to trust. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to chant. I'm just going to smile for Krishna. What do I have to lose? And that's a form of surrender that's a bit more active, active, more practical. And then see what happens for you. It's very confidential. Haribo. Does it help you? Haribo. Anything else someone would like to share? We have a few more minutes. Hare Krishna. Yes, and while you were saying this, I remember this other verse from Ramachandra. I said that all evil vanishes from one who keeps the sun in the heart. Powerful, because we often are so afraid of the darkness, of evil, of the demons. Even for those afraid of demons, you have to understand that, like even Ravana or Hiranyakashipu, he was liberated by Krishna in the end. Krishna is so merciful that even when we get killed by him, it's merciful. So this verse, my battery died. Interesting, because probably it's not coming through. So I'm just gonna take it from here. Really, what Ramachandra is saying is that if we are sincere and becoming his servants, so we say, as a squirrel, I am very little, I have very little to give, but I want to really do it for you. He promises, he vows that he will bestow us with courage and that we will always be safe. So this is very, very powerful. And that's where I was linking this courage to go for it. The courage to fail, because often we don't venture because we're afraid. But just go for it. And if you cannot do it for yourself, do it for each other. Because we are very, very fortunate. This, what Prabhupada gave us, it gives us not just a reason to live, but an understanding of this world that most people don't understand. Like even sometimes people get a bit heavy about, well, this is a meat eater, or we have to understand. I remember asking my mom when I was little, why is my friend eating meat? And my mom said very gracefully, because her parents never met Srila Prabhupada. It was not because those people were wrong, it's because they didn't have the fortune. So we are given this fortune and we owe it to simply share it. We don't even have to be better than we are. We just share it. How do we share it? Chanting, feasting, dancing. I mean, Krishna. It's that's not really austere. So when we have to do something that seems impossible, like Prabhupada, had, we pray for courage. And Ramachandra offers this courage. And we pray for patience, because this is something that we don't just get, it has to be given. And then we help each other be enthusiastic in that process. And that's basically what the verse is saying, what the prayer is saying. Does that help you? Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Prabhu, first of all, thank you for being so open. And I'm sure most of us recognize this. I don't think you can, praying, first of all, is not really asking for something. Like we're in this place of getting. We're praying is taking shelter. When we take shelter and we give up wanting anything, we get God. So when we give up this endless list of desires and asking even to like take away my fear, I don't believe that's possible. We are in this earthly body to experience what it is to be human. Fear is part of the human experience, but you can spiritualize your experience. Meaning, bhakti is actually, as Prabhupada said, is ointment for the eyes, is to have clear vision. So, yeah, I have fear, but there must be a reason for this, and I need Krishna even more because this fear is unbearable. Fear is unbearable. Abhaya is not, there's no fears, I overcome fear. And how can I overcome fear? Not my own abilities, no confidence in Krishna. I am limited, Krishna is not. So yes, go deeper in taking shelter. When you pray, don't ask. Just give yourself. Give your fear. But you're here to have the human experience. You're not going to get like, oh no, I'm going to give you a veto on that. You're going to have that experience of all the emotions. And that's important also what we teach our children. We want our children to be happy. That's not fair. They're not always going to be happy. We want them to experience the emotions and be okay with that. We're praying for resilience. To have courage means to be resilient. To say, woo, I'm good. And that's where we need each other. That's where Shastra and Sadhu Sangha is so important. Hare Krishna. It's a confirmation. Well, let's help each other to overcome this fear or to spiritualize the fear, to use it in service of Krishna, to say we need each other. All your emotions, loneliness, despair. Krishna knows. There's no kidding Krishna. Let's not kid each other and let's help each other. Hare Krishna. Shri Karunanita Gaura Chandra ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Bhagavad Gita ki, Jai Hari Hari Bol. Go to Aarti now. Okay. Oh. Kiva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Aarti Kosoba Kiva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Aarti Kosoba Aarti Kosoba Anavithatavane Jagamanaloba Janavithatavane Jagamanaloba Dakine Nitai Chan Vamega Dadara Vamega Dadara Dakine Nitai Chan Vamega Dadara Vamega Dadara Nikate Adeta Shri Vasa Chatradara Nikate Adeta Shri Vasa Chatradara Vasi আছে গোরাচাঁদ রাধা সিংহাসনে বাসি আছে ও আরতি করে না ব্রহ্মা আদি দেবগানে আরতি করে না ব্রহ্মা আদি দেবগানে নারা হারি আদি করি চামরা দুলায়া আদি করে নারা হারি আদি করি চামরা দুলায়া Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Gosadikaya Gosadikaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Gosadikaya Gosadikaya Sahanka Baje Ganta Baje Baje Karatala Oh! Sahanka Baje Ganta Baje Baje Karatala oh! Madhura Medanka Baje Paramarasala Madhura Vedanga Baje Paramarasala oh! Tanka Baje Ganta Baje Madhur 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 Baje Bolo Sanka Baje Ganta Baje Madhur 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 Baje Bolo Sanka Baje Ganta Baje Madhur 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 Baje Madhur Madhur Baje Sanka Baje Ganta Baje Madhur 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 Baje oh! Madhur 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 Baje Madhur 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 Baje Nitai Gaur Haribo 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo 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 Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo. Bahu Koti Chandrajini Vadana Ushvala Bahu Koti Chandrajini Vadana Ushvala Koti Chandrajini Vadana Ushvala Gala de Sevana Mala Kore Jalamala Kore Jalamala Ala de Sevanamala Kore Jalamala Shiva Sukha Narada Preme Gada Gada Shiva Sukha Narada Preme Gada Gada Shiva Narada Preme Gada Gada Sukha Narada Preme Gada Gada Bhakati Vinoda Dekhe Gorara Sampada Bhakati Vinoda Dekhe Gorara Sampada Bhakati Vinoda Dekhe Gorara Sampada Kiba Jaya Jaya Gora Chande Aarti ko soba Kiba Jaya Jaya Gora Chande Aarti ko so Kiba Jaya Jaya Gora Chande Aarti ko soba Oh Jana Veta Tavane Jaga Mandaloba Jana Veta Tavane Jaga Mandaloba Gorangera Aarti Soba Jaga Janamana Loba Gorangera Aarti Soba Jaga Janamana Loba Gorangera Aarti Soba Jaga Janamana Loba Aarti Soba Oh Gorangera Aarti Soba Jaga Janamana Loba Gorangera Aarti Soba Jaga Janamana Loba Jaga Janamana Loba jaga jana mana loba. Nitai God Haribo, Haribo, Nitai God Haribo, Haribo, Nitai God Haribo, 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 Nitai God Haribo, 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 Nitai God Haribo, 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 Nitai God Haribo. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesa Sunyavadi Paschachade Satarine. Nirvishesa Sunyavadi Paschachade Satari. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Krishna Chaitanya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Jaya Karuna Nitai, Jaya Kora Chandra, Jaya Karuna Nitai, Jaya Kora Chandra, Kora Chandra. Jaya Jagana, Jaya Jagana, Jaya Baladev, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Baladev, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Panchatattva, Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo. Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo, Nitai Gora Haribo. Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo, Haribo. Vishakuru Nitai Gora Chandra ki, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki, Panchatattva ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gora Premanande.
Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, ISKCON founder Jaya Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananti Koti Vaisavindha ki jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai, Prem se Gaur Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasri Gaura Bhaktivinda ki jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhana ki, Sri Vrindavan Dhama ki jai, Sri Navadvip Dhama ki jai, Sri Dwarka Dhama ki jai, Ganga Midunamai ki jai, Sri Karuna Nitai Gaura Chandra ki, Amsterdam Sunday Love Feast ki, Gaura Premanande. All glories to the Sum devotees. All glories to the Sum devotees. All glories to the Sum devotees. All glory to the Lord of Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga Jai Srila Prabhupada. Vraja. Yes, harmonium. volgen? Ja, anders zing jij zelf.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Rala dala dadayini. Hiranyakashipurvaksha. Shilatankanakalaye. Ito nrishimho parato nrishimho. Yato yato yami tato nrishimho. Bahe nrishimho hidaye nrishimho. Narasimha madim saranam prapade. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlada dadayini. Hiranyakashipurvaksha. Shilatankanakalaye. Ito nrishimho parato nrishimho. Yato yato yamita to nrishimho. Vahe nrishimho hidaye nrishimho. Narasimha madim sarana prapade. Bhavakara kamala vaire nakhamadhuta shringa. Dalita hiranyakashipur tanubringam. Keshavadrita nara harirupa jaya jagadisha hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Navakara kamara vare nakamaduta shringam. Dalita Kashipu tanubringam. Bolo. Keshavadrita narahari rupa jaya jagadisha hari. Jaya jagadisha hare. Jaya jagadisha hare. Keshavadrita narahari rupa. Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Oh! Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo. Nitai Gaur Haribo. Nrsimha Bhagavan ki, Prahlad Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bo. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. All of us together. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Dear devotees, thank you so much for coming and participating in our Sunday Feast Festival. Grateful to you that you have come and delivered a nice, amazing session in our Sunday Feast Festival. We hope that this continues forever. Thank you also for leading the kirtans. Those who are here for the first time, if you please raise your hands. We have gifts from Srila Prabhupada to you. And Parivida Prabhu was just here, but he went out, I guess. So maybe Vraja Sundari can give. She gave a class today. So please keep your hands raised, and when you get your gift, please tell your names. Monica, Hare Krishna. Thank you for coming. Radha, thanks for coming. What's your name? Katie, thanks for coming. Anyone else? First timers? Hare Krishna, what's your name? Anyone else? First timers? No? That's good. Today's wonderful feast is cooked by a team of devotees, Ganpati Prabhu and Bhavya Mataji and Anchal Mataji and Ashutosh Prabhu, Jonathan. Anyone else helped? Huh? Namita Mataji. Anyone else? Sachin Prabhu. Raji. That's it. Thank you so much. Amazing team of devotees. So the amazing deity worship is done by Vrajarani. Anybody help you with decorations? No? Okay. Pranamataji? No? Okay. Who did the decoration? You did the decoration. So Vrajarani alone did all the amazing decorations today. So beautiful. Thank you so much. It's also a team of devotees in deity worship, and recent addition to our deity worship team is Prana Mataji. I don't know if she's here. She has been a great support in our deity worship team. She has been covering quite a lot of services over the week. We're very grateful to her. Of course, other than that, there are Ashtasaki Mataji and Janakinath Prabhu and Premalata and Rangaradhika Mataji and Pratap Rudra covers once in a while, and Mukti Yatri Mataji is there. So it's because of all these amazing devotees, we have such nice deity decoration and worship happening every day. Of course, we don't come here every day, but there is at least one person in the temple, Pujari, who is taking care of the deities, cooking for the deities 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 3 times every day. So Let us thank all these devotees for putting their hearts into these services and making sure that the temple runs. It's by the mercy of Shri Karunanitya Gaurachandra. Let us thank these devotees by loudly chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So upcoming festivals. Next week we don't have Sunday feast because of Radhadesh Melos. I hope all of us are going. If you are not coming, I think the message from the organizing team there was that please don't come. Come next year. But I think you can still come and see if you can fit in. But at least the official message is come 2026. That's the message from Bangladesh. Because I think 1,500 people or something already is filled up. They want to serve to the best ability. But I hope you all have registered. If you are not, at least come maybe for a day and come back. Perhaps Radha Gopinath will still welcome you. If not inside the Kirtan hall, maybe in the temple hall. Maybe you'll find some space to come and be with Radha Gopinath. But we don't have festival in Amsterdam next week. Sunday feast is closed. 2 weeks we resume. And in 3 weeks, we have His Holiness Bhakti Marga Swami Maharaj coming and visiting us from Canada. And first time, I believe, in Amsterdam. We'll be also having initiation ceremony for Ritham, Naman, Prabhu and Violeta Mataji. So it's going to be a nice festival week. Maharaj is going to come Wednesday. I believe the programs Thursday and Friday evening there are programs in temple, and then Saturday there are programs Harinams in Lelystand. But Lelystand? No, where is the city? Okay, sorry. So that's for February. We just got confirmation from Keshav Maharaj, Swayam Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj, that he will be here from May 28th till June 3rd. So that's confirmed. He might come for King's Day, fly in, fly out, but just for King's Day. Only on the day. We are trying to bring Baldev Prabhu from Chopati. So he is perhaps coming in May sometime. And yeah, that's for now, the guest list. Of course, in between we'll have King's Day celebration, Gaura Purnima, Narasimha Festival, and Ram Navami Festival, and Kirtan Mela, many more things to come. But in a nutshell, this is what it is next few weeks. So, Nityananda Trayodashi, February 9th, 10th, something like that. Monday, yeah, it's one day. So that's a quick announcement for today. As we have been doing, we always pray for a new temple space for Amsterdam. You know, if Sundari keeps coming and leads kirtans like this, we definitely need much bigger, better space for us all to dance and give our hearts to Karunanitya Gaurachandra. So please close our eyes. From the core of our hearts, let's pray that if Karunanitya Gaurachandra, please, if they think that we can take care of them better with a new facility, may there be an auspicious temple for ISKCON Amsterdam, in Amsterdam. So with all our sincerity in our hearts, let us chant Hare Krishna mantra a couple of times and just one single pointed focus. That be a temple in Amsterdam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. One last time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. May there be all auspicious everywhere, and there be an ISKCON temple for ISKCON Amsterdam. Thank you so much. So we end our announcements with a quick meditation on Vrindavan. That's what we do. So Vrindavan is the place where everybody just wants to serve Krishna. They don't have any selfish desires in their heart. Everyone in the entirety of the village of Vrindavan just wants to please Krishna. And in the process, they also get happiness themselves. But the goal is not to get personal happiness, but to serve Krishna. And happiness is just a byproduct of serving Krishna. So that's the Vrindavan mood. Even for greatest of the personalities like Lord Brahma, this was difficult to understand. But then Krishna, with his mercy, opened the curtain of Maya from the eyes of Brahma. So let's focus on that and keep singing all our lives. Jaya Jaya Radhe, Jaya Jaya Shyam, Jaya Jaya Shri Vrindavana Dham, Jaya 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 Shyam, Jaya Jaya Shri Vrindavana Dham, Jai Jai Radhe, Jaya Jaya Shyam, Jai Jai Shri Vrindavana Dham, Jaya Jaya. Please sing loud. Shyam, Jai Jai Shri Vrindavana Dham, Jai Jai Radhe, Jaya Jaya Shyam, Jai Jai Shri Vrindavana Dham, Jaya Jaya Radhe, Jaya Jaya Shyam, Jai Jai Shri Vrindavana Dham, Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Shri Vrindavana Dham, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Shri Vrindavana. One more time, Jai Jai. Please sing. Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Shri Vrindavana Dham, Jai Jai Radhe, Jaya Jaya Shyam, Jai Jai Shri Vrindavana Dham, Jaya Jai Jaya Jaya Shyam, Jai Jai Vanadham, Jaya Jaya Radhe, Jaya Jaya Shyam, Jai Jai Shri Vrindavana Dham, Jaya 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 Shyam, Vrindavana Dham, Jai Jai Radhe, Jaya Jaya Shyam, Jai Jai Shri Vrindavana Dham, Jai Jai Jaya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Vrindavana Dham, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Louder. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Radha Shamsur Bhagwan ki Jai, Shri Shri Krishna Balaram Bhagwan ki Jai, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Jai, Shri Shri Karnataka Krishna Bhagwan ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.